You are watching Tactical Enlightenment's series of freestyle videos in which I narrate battles live and try to show you interesting battles where tactics were necessary for us to overcome extreme difficulties. Alright friends, welcome back again to Tactical Enlightenment. This YouTube channel is dedicated to showing you huge battles in Bannerlord and then giving you the tactical advice you need to win your own big battles. And I'm planning on interfering here and again in another fight. Our on and off again neutral/ally Sturgia here recently paid us a bunch for peace, and so we're helping him here fight back the Battanians. You gotta do some upgrades here. We've got a pretty strong army, but it's not very large. We're around 800 total men. So in this case, we need the Battanians' help here, or excuse me, the Sturgians' help here to defeat this Battanian army. And we're still outnumbered worse than 2 to 1. So, oh, this fuck is here too. Look at this guy, Urgion. Look at the troops he's got too. 60 fucking 3 Battanian Fiend Champs, 26 elite cataphracts. So we're facing an elite army as well. And we've got, you know, our companions have decent character levels, but this is going to be a bitch. I'm going to reduce player damage here, given we're outnumbered almost 3 to 1. And of course, it's going to be a long battle, whether we win or lose. And we're doing this again. It seems like when you join a battle, they just dump you off into this sort of unready state. It's not very realistic, of course. If you were preparing to jump into a battle, you would have all the time you need to get your men into columns and whatnot, but that's what we have. So we're going to stretch archers out on this far side here as I assess what's going on here. I got cav here, so we're going to defend against their cav at the shield wall, try to protect our archer ranged heavy army. And I'm going to have the second cav follow me. What do we got here? They got a big long line of archers right here that we're going to attack. What the fuck? Every single fucking guy here is Battanian Fiend Champs. The whole fucking line. Like 100 and something archers. Holy fuck. So we got our hands full in this battle. I've got a second cav behind me, and we're just going to kind of drive them through. We're going to try to repeatedly interrupt these guys, repeatedly stomp them into the ground. I've got my 7th Corps behind me as well, which is horse archers and a handful of companions. We got to really reduce the amount of Battanian Fiend Champs here, otherwise it's not going to matter if we have 50 of our own. Now they've got there's an infantry corps there charging. I'm basically going to be bouncing back and forth between these two problems here. Look at how many fucking... They're all elite too. Wildlings. The whole fucking army is all wildlings and elite falksmen. Fortunately, our archers have a good position. Our primary goal for this early stage is to protect them. Look at, they got more Battanian Fiend Champs with their infantry. Jesus Christ. To be fair, this is probably the result of a mod I'm using. That little 10-second excerpt. It basically, I was tired of facing armies that were full of fucking mediocre troops. And what this mod does is it dramatically increases the amount of experience that the troops that your enemy has in their armies gains. So that oftentimes, especially in late battles like this, I don't think I've ever faced an army quite like this, where there's nothing but elite units, but... That's what's going on here. It's gonna make this battle obviously even more challenging. Their heavy cav is just storming through. Of course, all of their cavalry is going to be noble units and elite cav too. Yeah, every single one of these guys is a tier 5. Well, let's put to work our fast axe here. We're gonna have to fight with some violence today to win this battle. Priority, of course, is to protect our archers here. Now that their cav is sort of running free, I'm going to spend a second and just try to reduce their numbers here. They are still... Oh, there's more infantry coming. I'm basically in a number of different crises here. I can pull over this ridge. I don't really... It's a little bit of a peekaboo ridge, but it's kind of a bum rush option. If we need to and the enemy's attacking us, we can charge them once we're over that ridge. But I think I'm just going to continue to pull my cav corps around here and counter whatever the enemy's doing. Okay, this is more infantry. I want to eat up that Battanian Fiend Champ line. 112 guys. Let's drag some guys over there. I see a lot of green death spam, so our archers aren't getting too pummeled. Let's pummel their archers. Both sides, of course, are trying to wipe out their archer corps. All these Battanian Fiends. I'm finally seeing some regular, just old Fiends, which are still elite archers. But at least they're not all Fiend Champs. It's mostly Champs, though. I kill that fucking banner bearer. Alright, so I'm dragging the 2nd and 3rd cav. I just want to continue to steamroll this heavy horse through. They're not going to kill all these guys, but it's going to highly interrupt them. And of course, they're going to get shot by a lot of our units. Got to get careful here not to get shot in the face. But I want to continue just to interrupt these guys, slow down their ability to shoot at us. There's their infantry here. Now we're going to attack this. I'm the conductor right now of an angry, violent train. You can see the cav following behind me. A little hammer and anvil action on this infantry that's pressed up against our men. I see the death spam. That's our guys. That's our heavy cav just slamming into the back of their infantry. Their fucking cav is thick, their cav is so thick in here. Every time I make a move, the enemy has more units that we have to come up with something new. Now we're putting a cav in a shield wall, and I'm going to drag the second cav around, try to hammer and anvil their own cav. They were charging uphill with a large force. We're going to drag this second cav right through their fucking cavalry. Fucking assholes. Look at them piled up there. Got these archers that are really starting to push uphill. This is the priority. I was going to attack their cavalry. Look how many archers they have. We've got to kill these guys. Shot in the face. It's just archers and crossbowmen everywhere I look. Of course, we're seriously outnumbered in this battle, and perfectly honest, I think I saw Sturgia at the beginning of this battle, and I haven't seen them since. Maybe they all ditched. Maybe this is their coy way of taking over our territory. Join a battle, or have us join a battle, and then everybody retreats. But I don't see any Sturgian forces at all, which is not going to make this any easier. I think we had 800 troops. I'm going to pull over this ridge here. So now it's 800 versus, whatever the fuck, 3,300. So I've done this before in battles. It's a little bit of a peekaboo ridge, but you can't shoot here. What you can do, though, is you can attack the enemy in a concentrated manner. All of those archers, if I can keep these guys out of line of sight, they will be largely able to protect themselves, right? Protect themselves and attack incoming units. I've got reinforcements here, so I'm trying to... Oh, those aren't my units. Those are Sturgians. That's what's going on there. I'm going to lay a couple cav shield walls here, try to protect them from this onslaught of archers, because I'm basically operating 4 different units right now. I've got a new infantry division. These are my 2 archer corps from the original tranche. A lot of these guys are probably wounded and out of ammo. And I'm dragging them over now to rendezvous them with the rest of our group. I'll put them over this ridge here. That way they're protected, at least mostly from line of sight from the incoming enemy. That should work beautifully. See this little ridge here? That's going to be a nice ridge basically for us to defend. Right? The enemy has to come over that, and when they do, they're going to catch 1,000 arrows in the eyeball. They're still charging non-stop fucking elite heavy cav at us. Look at these guys just fucking chasing after us. Holy shit. Alright, we charge. There's still an onslaught of fucking heavy cav coming through our archers. Fucking assholes. Horses are fucking getting in my way. I love animals, by the way. Some people suggest I'm like a masochist with animals. They get in your fucking way sometimes. Look at that guy trying to come in with his couch lance. Fucking assholes. Okay, so their archers are starting to get to this wall here. Fuck, they're going to be shooting on our archers. Maybe I could drag our infantry towards them and give them something else to shoot at rather than our archers. We've got all this heavy cav back here, and of course I have very little heavy cav to counter this. Okay, let's bring this first corps and drag this towards the enemy. I basically want these guys to have a target to shoot at. That's not our archers, right? If I can have them shooting our infantry, that's a much better result than all these archers shooting at our archers. They outnumber us, of course, and they still have elite units in here. There's still fucking Battanian Fiend champ, elite hired crossbows. This is about the nastiest full army I've ever faced. It's still Battanian Fiend champs. Look at this fucking cav fucking wave. I just feel like I've been back and forth endlessly. I can't catch my breath. And these kind of moments, the tactics really get muddled. It's hard to get... What are those? Are those the Sturgian forces, I think? It's hard to really have a coherent strategy when it's this chaotic. Okay, so that's a mix of our infantry and theirs. You know what we're going to do? We're going to fucking rush these archers. I'm going to do some interrupting in here. And bring our infantry forward, bring our archers forward, and I think we're going to charge and shoot these guys off this fucking ledge. With that strong infantry line on the enemy's right flank, I think we can drive our fucking archers right through the fucking enemy here. So I have them follow me here. We're going to have them hold fire, right? And now these guys are all suddenly shock troops because I don't want them standing back. I want them attacking like their life depends on it. Get up here, you digital pixels. In we go. We charge. The screen is mostly green. It's definitely working. Going through, tearing through their archers up with the axe. Of course, I'm much better on foot at combat. I survive better on horse if they have less archers. And there's so many archers, I actually feel vulnerable on horse. All right, that was successful. Let's pull back now. Let's keep resetting to our line here. It's both a nice ridge to defend, and it's also a really good spot because our reinforcements are going to come behind us. They're still flooding in forces. I just see a sea of green coming our way. Get back here, infantry, motherfuckers. Do what your Jarl says. Look at this fucking guy trying to collect that bounty on taking the Lord out. All right, we're going to do a square here. I've got this infantry line here. It's a good infantry line. It's probably 50, 60 guys. It's perfect. Ah, motherfucker. Fuck. That guy was definitely out for the bounty. Got a couple good hits on. Look at these guys all packed up on the square here. This is beautiful. Let's move this square around, and we'll be able to shoot these guys with our archers from different sides. Look at them marching in tight order. That's nice. These archers, meanwhile, are just raping them. It's fucking beautiful. Now all those guys' backs exposed to our archers. Some of these archers look like they're out of arrows. We may have to charge here. Let's send in this infantry, or these archers. Those guys look like they're still doing okay. They're definitely trading arrows, though. The archers, or the enemy has a lot of archers set up now. That square is doing an incredible job. Look at that thing. It's just fucking swarmed, and it's holding out. Need a horse here. Let's see what the fuck's going on in the battlefield. Okay, the 8th Corps has mostly infantry. We can charge with those guys. I want these archers, though, continued on this ridge. I want these guys killing and shooting everything in sight. A few of the guys that were on the other side of the ridge. You got to watch your line of sight, right? If you position archers on the wrong side of the ridge, they'll stand there like dumbasses. You got to watch that shit. Hey, how the fuck do I have guys over here? I mean, it's a wonderful surprise, but what are these guys doing over here? Maybe the reinforcements that came in. It's a perfect spot because the enemy's not going to retreat or reform directly into that fucking fire. The square is finally starting to melt. I'd love to kill some of these guys that are distracted, but they're no longer distracted. So I've got a new infantry line here. Most of these troops are elite. I saw legionnaires in there. Archers, I could just see the fire raining over my shoulder. It's just fucking immolating fire. These fucking stubborn guys. I kicked that dude to death. This is Sparta! Fucking kick him to death. Now my infantry's charging these guys that are reforming. Listen to that arrow fire. These guys are getting eviscerated. Of course, we have... yeah, there they are. The reinforcements up on that top ledge. So these guys are retreating into archer fire. It's basically out of the fucking frying pan into the fire. Okay, the enemy has heavy cav starting to come. I can't get too overzealous here. These infantrymen here actually may be sacrificial as I bail out of here. Give our archers a chance to reform. So these archers are on the wrong side of this ridge. Let's get these guys positioned correctly. Sometimes you got to babysit your units. It's just part of the game. Let's pull this square back. I think if they can hold out for another 30 seconds, it's just going to be death on wheels because they're going to be getting shot to shit by our archers. This battle's definitely starting to turn. At the beginning, I was not confident at all. Now it starts to look like we're going to win this. They're not routing yet. They're just reforming, but the enemy's definitely taking a beating. Anytime you have high position like this, you know, the high point, high ground, you want to maintain that. I still see them shooting. They're shooting at those cav. 60. I don't have very many troops, 170 troops, so either I'm about to get reinforcements or we're down to our last group of troops. It's kind of worrisome. Meet my fast axe there, boys. They've had enough. Okay, we've got a next ridge to move to here. We can move up again on this high ridge. They've got some cav over there, but not very many, and these guys are all going to be able just to shoot downhill and do devastating damage. Got infantry moving over to provide a screen from this incoming wave. Got quite a few crossbowmen here, so if I need to, I can use that crossbow division as a square and attack with the other one, either in melee or at range. Alright, so I'm squaring up there again. Oh shit, I just finger fucked the wrong one. I told my archers to get into a square. No, we don't want that. Alright, get back up here and spread back out. That's the unit I want in the square. Holy shit, we're taking fucking immolating archer fire. Time to get out of here. Let's pull to the safety of this ridge here. Just when I think we're going to win the battle, the enemy has a huge press of projectile units. I saw javelins fucking filling the air. Look at all the javelins on the ground. The square is occupying a lot of their troops, though. And even though they're dumb, I see Sturgian reinforcements. That's perfect, because those Sturgian reinforcements are going to be able to occupy the enemy. We got to beat this cav wave out of here. Get out of here. Now we can bring our archers up. Hopefully that Sturgian infantry reinforcements is going to occupy the enemy, because now we can flank on the side with nasty enfilade fire. We really don't have any major threats here except some light cavalry.
Archer fire at will! Cavalry! After Sultans!
Holy shit, they got a lot of troops still. There's a Sturgian infantry line coming up that hill and shield wall. If those guys... Okay, we'll trade some arrows here. If those guys can drive into the enemy, I'm going to move it up to this next ridge and we'll be able to fire down on the enemy while they're being driven in on by the Sturgians. It's a good combo, the Sturgian infantry with our army. Yeah, let's bring these archers up. For a long time, I've been at peace with Sturgian, and then they started fucking declaring war on us at the absolutely worst time. They would declare war, like, right while we were being attacked by other armies. And so I put on a few ass whippings. Suddenly, they wanted to pay us tribute. Right? What a surprise. Once they felt the wrath of our army, we charge. These guys are close to routing. You can just feel this. Once you've played enough Bannerlord, you can literally, like, you can you know how you can tell somebody's body language if they're upset with you or disappointed or angry or whatever. I can now see that in Bannerlord when I'm playing. These guys they're kind of moseying their way to the exit as if they know there's about to be a theater fire and they want to be the first person out the door. That little stall there, by the way, that's almost certainly the AI trying to figure out how to get their units out of the theater here. Right, there's a theater fire and they all want to get out of the exits. Look at these guys. These guys are out of here. And the Sturgians owe us a big thanks here. They would definitely be toast. Oh shit, now they want to fight. Sometimes they'll waver in between. That was like, it's like they thought about fighting and then they're like, wait, never mind. The theater's still on fire here. These Sturgians were definitely toast without us. It's too bad the AI doesn't really take that into granted. Like you get a relationship improvement. I don't give a fuck about that at this stage. I've been releasing lords for months in my campaign. That's one of the things we do to make it difficult is we automatically release all enemy lords. So the relationship bonus of this battle and releasing prisoners doesn't mean a thing to me. 800. Yeah, we did pretty well there. I mean, we lost about half our troops there and crushed a much larger Battanian force. You never can count on your ally. It seemed like they disappeared mid-battle there, but their nice infantry press at the end, that definitely helped. Hopefully this is another example for those out there. You know, maybe you're helping, maybe you're a vassal of a kingdom and you're trying to figure out how to help, how to help your vassal in big battles. It's highly unreliable. My own experience is that you can't ever count on that vassal in a battle. But one of the things I like to do is work a flank, right? You try to find openings where your army can effectively attack the enemy in a soft spot or vulnerable position, or like my army where it's archer heavy. Of course, we're always looking to hold the high ground and flank the enemy forces. It certainly worked well in this battle. Well, I appreciate you guys for watching. Please leave comments if you're interested in specific battles, you want to see certain things, or if you didn't understand something I did, or maybe even somewhere where I can improve. I appreciate all the suggestions I've gotten from you guys. I will see you guys next time.